right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for stopping by LMD. We got something very different today. It is Matchbox, but it's different. Matchbox Collectibles Masters of the Universe. Yes, we do have the set of 4-year individual releases for Masters of the Universe. This is from 2002, circa 2002. Came in bazillions of languages in the back because you have the power to celebrate it all. So this is a single set. They did some other stuff, but this is just a set of 4 that they released. Comes with a little mini poster right here. We're going to take a look at all 4 models. So we'll start with this guy right here, which of course is He-Man himself as a police car. Not that great of a police car either. So we'll get this out of here. This is the little poster it comes with. Comes with a little bit of rubber band on there. You do unroll it. And there is your Masters of the Universe He-Man. This looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It's going to take quite a bit to get that to flatten out. But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And the other cool thing about it is Matchbox is nowhere on there. It does say Mattel at the bottom, but Mattel already has a license for Masters of the Universe, so it's not a big deal. But it doesn't say Matchbox anywhere on there, so anybody who's pop culture should be pretty happy that, you know, maybe they can collect those and have a little bit of fun with those. So get this out of here. There is the He-Man police car. It does come with rubber tires, so true grip tires, as we'll call them for Matchbox. Just a standard police car, nothing fancy. You got a metal base on there. The prints are very, very good. This is a very interesting model to see like real prints on. You can see the headlights are extremely ugly. But, you know, they had to give it all the deets. Tail lights are even worse. This does have an opening trunk. So trunk opens up, nothing particularly fancy. The trunk is plastic, but it works pretty good. And then, of course, the integrated light bar. So, which is pretty nice. That actually is separated. Very interesting. They painted that light bar to be separate from the color of the windows. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. He-Man on this side, He-Man on that side. It's just He-Man. Nothing particularly fancy, but pretty cool to add to the collection anyways. So something different they did back in the Diz. All right, this one right here is for Skeletor. Skeletor gets the limo. There is Skeletor himself, which is hilarious if you ever watched him on Robot Chicken. That is a hilarious character. So we'll get the limo out of there. We'll take a look at our poster, which is, of course, the little rubber band that's completely falling apart. Oh, look at that. It is the exact same poster. That is That's not good. That's not good. It's the same poster. Same poster. That's unfortunate. Should have at least been Skeletor. That's unfortunate. It is the exact same poster. That is no bueno. That's not good. It's not good. All right, there is our limo, though. Lou uses a different Real Rider wheel on there. This is a lace wheel. Skeletor's right there on the side, you know, rocking his garb and whatnot. This one is interesting casting to use. Ooh, oh my goodness. That is so neon. That is so neon. If you see this outside the camera, it is so neon. Wow, it's really, 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 really bright. Very interesting, very interesting. So that is actually printed on the interior, which is a very interesting contrast. That's just the way that this casting is built. The grill looks pretty decent, though. I mean, the yellow is just so bright, so bright. There is, of course, a mark on there for Skeletor himself. Does use just a basic kind of tinted window a little bit. It does have a chrome piece of the interior in there, so there's a little bit of chrome bits in there. The interior would be chrome, and then, of course, you get all this lower bits. It's a very interesting built casting. Taillights right there, and then, of course, the license plate. Taillights are printed up with some red that goes over the chrome, so that way it gives them a little bit of a shiny finish to it. And then that super yellow for the plate cover right there. Exact same Skeletor from the other side, no other prints on it. Man, it's so bright. It's so bright in the front. It's so bright. Of course, and these are all China based. These were made in China back in the day. So put that guy right there. All right, moving on something to a little bit cooler. This is Stratos. This is Stratos, looking pretty cool. He uses the armored truck, which is very, very interesting. There he is, just hanging out right there, looking very Masters of the Universe style. So we'll get this one cracked out of here. There is the poster. We'll get this truck out of here. There we go. Again, we'll just verify. It's probably going to be the exact same one. It's not good. So unfortunately, it is. I'm really disappointed. There should have been one for each model, but I get it. Matchbox is way too cheap to do that. Way too cheap, which is fine. It's whatever. So there is Stratos. The prints on the side look really, really good. He's just hanging out on the side. Another different Rail Rider on there. They use this wheel for Jeeps a lot when they were doing premium versions of the Jeep, which was pretty good. That particular hub is kind of a Ford hub, so that looks pretty good on a lot of Fords that they put this on. This casting's got some pretty decent print to it. The side being blue and then the top being brown, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. See, that window is a little bit scuffed up right there. No big deal, clean that up. This does have a moving feature on it, so the section does open here. It does have some seats and stuff in there. Those are your riot shields and things like that. So this is really meant to be like a police type of vehicle, although it's like super like futuristic looking. It's really, really ugly. No prints on the back. They could have put some taillights on there, but they didn't. So a little bit of black print right here at the bottom. A little bit of black print for the steps on this side. Nothing particularly fancy. This model actually looks pretty good with these big rubber tires on there, though. Other than that, it's a pretty ugly model. So we'll throw that guy right there in our shelf that I'm trying to destroy. And then the last one in this particular release is right here. This is the missile launcher for Man-at-Arms. So Man-at-Arms. Sorry about the glare. Man-at-Arms. So this is the largest casting of them all. This is also the oldest casting in here too. This casting dates back to, I believe, 97. And that actually came out as a 98 as a new model, if I remember correctly. So we'll get this out of here. And then, even though we already know the answer, all of us watching know the answer, just want to double check. You know, maybe there could have been a treasure hunt or something for a poster. Who knows? Ridiculous. All right, we'll get our missile launcher out of here. This one looks interesting with its color combination. Man-at-Arms on the side. The prints are really, really nice. And those aren't like really like inkjet printing. It's, I don't know. It's really nice printing. It's really not pixelated or anything. It's actually really, really nice quality. Details in the front does have a blue base on there and then some blue for the front guard right there. A little bit of prints right there for the headlights, which is nice. There's some blue on the top as well. And of course, this back section is brown. A little bit of taillights on there as well. Just uses basic wheels on the bottom. Nothing particularly fancy. It does have suspension though. So, which is really nice. That was a token of back in the day. 1998 Mattel. So that's pretty close. Yeah, I think it debuted in 1998. But again, this is a missile launcher, so it does have a moving feature. This back section does open up, and then of course you shoot missiles out of there. All of the green you see is die-cast, which includes a blue print on the top, but the green is die-cast. Of course, the blue base is plastic, and then this is plastic as well. They did a bunch of very good, not a bunch, they did a few really good decos for this as an actual military vehicle. And they also did this in their Real Talking series where it actually made launching sounds and stuff like that. It was a pretty cool addition. But it is a very sizable casting, but it's not very heavy because there's really not that much metal in it or anything like that. So there you go. That is the Masters of the Universe 4-car set from 2002 Matchbox. Another one checking off the list for the collection. Again, if you guys haven't been watching this particular channel, I'm trying to get all of these weird kind of Matchbox things I've kind of skipped over the years. We're going full super completion on this stuff, and just happy to be able to bring this stuff to you. So anyways, let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you're a Masters of the Universe fan. If you're an 80s baby, drop a comment. Anyways, we're going to roll out right here on LMD. Peace!